Hi! Today we're going to talk about intonation and sentence type conventions with the two types of rising declaratives. Intonation refers to the melodic pattern of an utterance, primarily involving variation in the pitch of the voice. It conveys difference of expressive meanings such as surprise, anger, or delight, and can also serve as grammatical function. There are three main intonation types to be aware: falling intonation, rising intonation, and non-final intonation. Falling intonation refers to the melodic pattern of an utterance where there is a sharp fall in pitch occurring in the last syllables of declarative statement. It is commonly used in WH question and when making definite statements to convey a sense of finality or certainty. Rising intonation is characterized by a sharp rise in pitch occurring in the last syllables of yes/no questions. It is also used in fall-rise intonation at the end of statement when there is uncertainty or when there may be more to add. So in addition, rising intonation is used in yes/no questions and when requesting information or inviting someone to do or have something. So non-final intonation involves a rise in pitch and a fall in pitch within the same sentence. This type of intonation is used in non-yes/no questions and is distinct from the intonation pattern of falling and rising intonation. And for the two types of rising declaratives, these are assertive rising declaratives, inquisitive rising declaratives. So assertive rising declaratives or RDs are characterized by a high-pitched accent rising to a high boundary tone, notated as H*, H-H% in the Toby system. So inquisitive rising declaratives, also known as IRDs, are characterized by a low-pitch accent rising to a high boundary tone, or L*H-H% in the Toby system. They seek information from the addressee while conveying that the speaker already has certain expectations. Assertive rising declaratives are characterized by a low-pitch accent that rises to a high boundary tone, often represented as L*H-H% in the Toby system. They are understood as effectively asserting a statement while conveying uncertainty or seeking confirmation. The final rise assertive rising declaratives is shallower, leading to a lower high boundary tone. This type of rising declaratives is associated with more assertive interpretation similar to assertions of falling declaratives. Research on rising declaratives has suggested that assertive rising declaratives and inquisitive rising declaratives may have different semantic content. Some analyses cover only one or the other category, while others argue of unified theory of rising declaratives with interpretational flexibility to explain cross-cutting patterns in pitch contours. The pitch contours of assertive rising declaratives play a crucial role in distinguishing them from inquisitive rising declaratives. The specific intonation forms and conventional effects associated with assertive rising declaratives contribute to their distinct commitment, statuses, and expectation about future discourse trajectories. Inquisitive rising declarative. In the study of intonation and sentence type, inquisitive rising declaratives are a specific category of rising declaratives that are characterized by a low-pitched accent, rising to a high boundary tone, often represented as L*H-H% in the Toby system. These declaratives seek information from the addressee while conveying that the speaker already has certain expectation. The discourse effects of inquisitive rising declaratives are similar to bias questions, indicating a seeking of information while already holding certain expectations. Research on rising declaratives has suggested that inquisitive rising declaratives and assertive rising declaratives are distinguished both by the particulars of their pitch contour and their convention discourse effects. So, however, it is important to note that the distinction in pitch contour is not categorical and may vary between speakers and be overreadable by context. Some researchers have argued for a unified account of inquisitive and assertive rising declaratives, demonstrating that the strict from meaning correlation does not always hold. This is due to the existence of inquisitive and rising declaratives that have a shallow final rise, challenging the traditional understanding of the relationship between pitch contour and semantic interpretation. Their respective conventional effects are also shown to partially overlap in systematic ways with two other sentence types, falling declarative and polar interrogative. So under falling declaratives are characterized by a pitch contour that starts high and falls towards to end the utterance. In English, falling declarative typically convey a sense of finality or assertion, with the pitch of descending at the end of the sentence. The pitch contour of falling declarative is often represented as H*L-L% in the Toby system, indicating a high-pitched accent that falls to a low boundary tone. These declarative are used to make statement or assertion, and the falling pitch contour contribute to a sense of completion or certainty in the statement. Polar interrogatives, on the other hand, are characterized by a rising pitch contour towards the end of the utterance. In English, polar interrogatives typically invert the subject and auxiliary verb and may insert an utterance initial do. If no auxiliary is presented, the rising pitch contour in polar interrogative signals a request for information or confirmation, creating a sense of openness or uncertainty in the question. The pitch contour of polar interrogatives is also often represented as L*H-H% in the Toby system, indicating a low-pitch accent that rises to a high boundary tone. So let's have these examples. Rising declaratives have been associated with various types of semantic, pragmatic, and social meanings. Under contradictory questions came from Pierre Humbert and Hirschberg 1990. Sentence from letter A, please apologize to him. So sentence from letter B, I was wrong and I should apologize? No way. So under incredulous questions came from Gan Logson 2003. Sentence from letter A, John went to the airport to pick up his sister. So sentence from letter B, John has a sister? Contradictory questions and incredulous questions are additionally marked with a flavor of speaker disagreement. So that is for the sake of convenience. So these cases will henceforth be called also as contradictory question. So next is from confirmative questions under Postman 2008. So sentence from letter A, airline agent, there's one flight to Helsinki. So from the sentence letter B, from the customer, the flight leaves at 4 p.m. So for the next sentences to be analyzed is under unsure about a meta-linguistic issue. So this came from Hirschberg and Ward 1995. So sentence from letter A, do you speak Spanish? So from letter B, I speak Ladino. These confirmative questions and unsure about a meta-linguistic issue demonstrate that they can also be used as confirmatory questions, which are very different in flavor from incredulous uses a while ago. So it also suggests the unsure about a meta-linguistic issue, the sentences there, it suggests that they can be used to mark speaker uncertainty about the relevance of the adequacy of her adherence to the discourse at hand. So sometimes referred to as the meta-linguistic uncertainty. So it is came from Hirschberg and Ward 1995. And for the last type associated with the rising declarative is uptalk, building rapport, eliciting uptake came from Podesva 2011. So a waitress in a restaurant talking to a customer. That is from letter A actually. So the sentence from letter B is, hello, my name is Anna. I'll be your waitress. So this is a showcases uses in which they function primarily as a rapport building device. So generating particularly a perlocutionary and sometimes stigmatized social effects. So this is came from Podesva 2011. And the uses of commonly used referred to as uptalk. So once again, these are all about intonation and sentence type conventions with the two types of rising declaratives. Thank you for watching.